Hi everybody, this is problem 6 and 7 video solutions for the 3A review for our half summative on Friday. All right, so we're taking a look at number 6 and we are to write this equation into intercept form. So what we actually have here is we are going from standard form to intercept form. What does this mean we have to do? If you take a look, do you see how you have a binomial times a binomial? What does that mean we need to do with this a and the b? We need to factor. So back to some of our skills, and it's super important that we know how to factor, you guys, because it happens all the time in our math classes. So what we are looking for. Now, the first thing you always want to do is check, is there a GCF? In problem A, there is not. So what we need to do this one is factor the trinomial. And what does that look like? So we're going to have our equation, y equals, and again, we're putting this into intercept form. So we have to figure out how this trinomial or this standard form factors. So again, when we are doing this, we are going to end up with two binomials. So how do we get that first term x squared? It's an x times an x. Now we need to look at how we get the negative 18 and the negative 7. If you recall, what are the factors of 18? Let's just do this the really algebra one way. Those are our factors. So which one of these can get us to a 7 by doing some combining? It would be this one. Which one would have to be negative? It would be the 9 because we want a negative 7. So what do we have? That is the intercept form from that original standard form. All right, letter B. Is there a GCF? And yes, there is. If you notice, this negative 2 goes into every single term. So the first thing we want to do is factor out that negative 2. So we're dividing each one by negative 2. What do we get? We get x squared plus 6x plus 18. We're dividing each of those terms by negative 2. What do we need to do next? We need to factor that trinomial. And of course, don't forget to bring down your GCF of a negative 2. Now we're looking with multiplying to get this 8 and adding up to get the 6. So let's do it the old-fashioned way. What are the factors of 8? 1 and 8, 2 and 4. Do you see how this could get us to a 6? So we have x plus 4 and x plus 2. So our solutions for both A and B are in intercept form. Again, you guys, if you realize what that intercept form is and you look at your answers and it doesn't look like that form, it definitely means you need to do something with those problems. Do a little error analysis. All right, number 7. It says to take this vertex form and it says to write the equation in standard form. So we are going from vertex form to standard form. What does that mean we need to do? If you take a look at that original function in vertex form, if you notice it has this squared right there. What does that mean to do? It means to square that binomial. So let's go ahead and just write out the original vertex form. So what I would have you do next, you guys, and this is really doing step by step, but we definitely need to have practice with this. So anything squared, you're multiplying it by itself. This is FOIL to do. So what do we do? First times first. X squared outer minus 5x inner minus 5x last plus 25. Combine those two middle terms because they are like terms. And we have x squared minus 10x plus 25. Now, we are not finished because we have to put that trinomial into the problem in order to convert this to standard form. The next thing we need to do, distribute. What do we end up with? We have y is equal to negative 2x squared plus 20x minus 50 plus 2. So the last thing we need to do, combine those, and our final answer is kind of running out of room here, but here we go. Our final answer is y is equal to negative 2x squared plus 20x, and that negative 50 and the plus 2, negative 48. All right, so that's letter A, which we are writing it from vertex form to standard form. Now, letter B is asking us to take this and write it into intercept form. So we basically have started with this vertex form, gone to standard form, and now we're going to intercept form. So let's just kind of write that down. So we have vertex form, we went to standard form. Yeah, that's supposed to be an S, you guys. That kind of doesn't look like that. Here we go. Standard form to intercept form. That's what we did for problem number 7. We went through all of those steps. Our last one is to write it in intercept form. So what was our standard form? Ended up being negative 2x squared plus 20x minus 48. Intercept form, remember we need to factor. So, first things first, does it have a GCF? And then this one definitely does. Do you see how it has this? Minus 2 that goes into everything. So we're going to take out that GCF. We end up with x squared minus 10x plus 24. Intercept form, not yet. We have to turn around and we need to factor this trinomial into 2 binomials. So what does that mean? We have those factors. Again, let's take a look at this the old-fashioned way. We need to get to a 24. 1, 24. 2, 12. 3, 8. 4, 6. So which one of those can get us to a 10? Well, if you look at combining these, a 4 and a 6 can get us to a 10. Now, what you have to realize is they have to be negative because of the outer and the inner, because of that negative right there. So what do we have? X minus 4 and x minus 6. That is it, you guys. That it took the vertex form, standard form to intercept form. There is our final intercept form answer. Okay, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to your teacher, get to the Math Resource Center. You have a half summative on Friday. You got it. See you next time.